In today's news, government to purchase Joes Hill Manor Estate for $20 million. The TB LETTSOME Airport expects above average season. And of course, door to same-sex blessings and landmark decision has been made by the Pope. In addition to that, capsized fishermen saved by passing ferry on the regional scene. One is still missing. Drake's Traders gifts ADINA Donovan home a $2,500 shipping gift certificate. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns. Happy holidays to all from us here at 284 Media. As 2023 wraps up, we want to take this opportunity to thank you, our loyal viewers, for your support over the year.
You rely on us to deliver the news daily. We don't take that responsibility lightly and strive to bring context, analysis, and integrity to our reporting.
And we couldn't do it without you, tuning in nightly. Your viewership and feedback and comments help us improve and stay focused on what really matters.
We wish you happy holidays with time spent with loved ones and a joyous 2024 as the year approaches.
As we gear up for the new year, trust 284 Media to keep you informed.
We'll keep working hard for your viewership and provide trustworthy journalism and content that you can enjoy. Thank you for welcoming us into your homes. See you in 2024.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Tuesday, December 19th, 2023. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast on the local scene, there was some sort of a misunderstanding as it pertains to the budget, the total budget, that is. Premier and Minister for Finance, Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley, has sought to clarify the figures of the 2024 budget, stating that there was a misunderstanding of the total value that was presented during his November budget address. Premier Wheatley made the disclosure during his opening remarks on the debate for the 2024 budget. He had previously announced that the total projected budget for the 2024 calendar stood at some $382.67 million.
Government projects to collect total revenues of $382,669,095. A total of $169,868 will be transferred from current savings in our fund accounts. This provides a total of $399,838,963 to fund recurrent expenditure and our statutory obligations. Government will contribute a total of $7,197,163 to its existing funds. Recurrent expenditure is estimated at $376,948,700. This leaves a positive balance of $15,693,100, which will be used in whole to service our debt in the form of principal repayments.
Premier Wheatley also presented the capital expenditure figures and said the total budget will equate to some $470,736,263.
Once this exercise is completed, we are going to sit down with the Social Security Board. And we are going to sit down with our banks, our funding institutions. And we are going to see, Madam Speaker, how we can get first-time homeowners, Virgin Islanders, into those homes.
The government of the Virgin Islands has decided to purchase the Joes Hill Manor Estate for some $20 million. Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley announced a plan to acquire the property from the Social Security Board during a recent budget proceedings.
Speaker, during the budget address, I did not speak about a very significant allocation of resources, which has to do with the acquisition of Joe's Hill Manor. We put $20 million in the budget to acquire Joe's Hill Manor.
According to the Premier, the goal is to improve access to home ownership for first-time buyers who have been locked out of the development. According to Premier Wheatley, the government will collaborate with the Social Security Board and lenders to formulate a more equitable process for distributing homes.
Once this exercise is completed, we are going to sit down with the Social Security Board. And we are going to sit down with our banks, our funding institutions. And we are going to see, Madam Speaker, how we can get first-time home owners, Virgin Islanders, into those homes.
He acknowledged complaints that steep pricing has prevented rental tenants ready for ownership from the transitioning within the Joe's Hill project. The government invested some $26 million in constructing the estate to create affordable home owning and will now add another $20 million to that already spent. However, it soon became clear that the final selling price remained out of reach for most applicants. Premier Wheatley conceded that the program's design was flawed despite good intentions.
What had started to take place was that homes were starting to be sold to persons who are going to rent those homes out to individuals. And that would be a case of the rich getting richer. And those persons who had a dream of getting out of rent. And Madam Speaker, I'm talking about persons who are well paid, well, after this salary structure that we've adopted, they'll be making a decent salary and currently couldn't qualify to get into one of those homes at Joe's Hill. And Madam Speaker, we should learn from the mistakes because the program was not well designed. The program should have sought to qualify persons before we even built those homes. But be that as it may, we cannot sit idly by and watch those homes be sold to persons to rent them to persons. We can't allow that to happen. We have to make an intervention, Madam Speaker.
Going forward, Premier Wheatley plans to appoint an expert committee, he says, tasked with putting forward substantial solutions for first-time Virgin Islands home buyers. He vowed zero tolerance, and I quote, for perpetrating unsafe conditions or, as he said, ghettos in the name of affordability. Residents and businesses on Virgin Gorda will soon enjoy expanded banking services right in their community. 9th District Representative, the Honorable Vincent O. Wheatley, recently announced that Banco Popular plans to extend its operating hours on the sister island. Now, let it be known that this is not the first time this promise has been made by Banco Popular and the government of the Virgin Islands. However, currently open just 3 days per week, the lone Virgin Gorda branch of Banco Popular will shift to a 5-day weekly schedule in 2024. Wheatley said the extended bank access aligns with the transformation and revitalization he has promoted for his district.
And I'm happy to announce for those who are into business here that coming soon in the new year, we'll be having 5 days of banking with all the other things that goes with banking. I've been meeting the bank and they gave me the good news this week here. So we're going to have things happening in the 9th District. The transformation I spoke about many years ago continues, and this is about a part of this transformation that I speak of here in the 9th District.
And viewers, up next, we have more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Yo, everything good there?
Why? This thing got me one way that day.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you, know?
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What's your name is?
Shit. I talk about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know, I watching ball. I even watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hooked, I tell you.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Continuing on the local scene, Managing Director of the BVI Ports Authority, Mr. Kurt Manal, is really sharing the decency and the numbers as it pertains to the specifics. In a recent exclusive interview with our agency, he spoke on the above average numbers expected this season as the airport sees an uptake in passenger arrivals.
Based on our projections, we actually expecting an above normal season. The projections showing that we're going to have increased airlift in terms of the commercial carriers as well as the general aviation, particularly the high-end general aviation. You have a lot of people who call the BVI home, many ultra-rich people who come to stay on the outer islands. So they park here at Beef Island and they move over to the islands on the ferries. So our operations team is actually get up and making the operational plans to address the overflows that we will have. So we'll be instituting operational procedures because obviously we have limited ramp space, but we expect it to be a very good season.
Additionally, he spoke to the level of confidence placed in the BVI as a return destination.
So I think there's a number of things. One, I think the BVI Tourist Board does a great job of marketing the destination. This is a naturally beautiful place. You have a choice of 60 islands and keys to choose from when you come here. It's a destination where you don't have necessarily the traditional hotel room type of thing. The type of individual coming to the BVI is higher end and to an extent even ultra high end. The people coming here coming to go onto the water because the most beautiful part of the BVI, I think, is the water. So the aggressive marketing of the BVI Tourist Board, I think, spurs that desire to come to the BVI. Then you have the airport. The airport as a gateway, that is a choice. You have the seaports as well. So there's so many avenues to come to the BVI. Contrary to what everybody will say, I actually think it's a benefit because it's a multimodal approach to arriving at the destination. And of course, you have the Airports Authority, which engages in that aggressive air service development. We, in tandem with the BVI Airports, with the BVI Tourist Board, we go after the airlines to woo them to come to the destination. So, and it's not a very hard job to tell the truth, because a lot of the development in terms of tourism that takes place here, in terms of spurring on that desire, is organic. People just naturally want to come here. Because what you have is a lot of return visitors. I was told by the Director of Tourism that this is one of the destinations in the Caribbean that has the highest rate of return visitors. So the development is truly organic, and the BVI Tourist Board, the Airports Authority, we just capitalize on that.
For the full exclusive interview, visit Tweet4 Media platforms. Drake's Traders Limited continued their annual community donations, delivering a $2,500 shopping gift to the ADINA Donovan home on Tortola. Recently, the donation was presented to the home manager, Mrs. Ritzia Trimble-Smith, by Drake's Traders Assistant Manager, Mrs. Michelle Reimer, and Mr. Adam Patrick Rico, who was accompanied by other team members at the store in Fish Bay. Trimble-Smith said the funds will be put to great use with the purchase of items needed to provide services required by the residents and to enhance the operations at the home. She said, and I quote, "The ADINA Donovan home is the residence of some 21 people from the community, and our team wants to ensure that we are able to deliver quality services within minimal interruption." Continuing, the gift from Drake's Traders enables us to replace and or stock upon appliances and materials so we can deliver our caregiving services to the best of our ability. On behalf of the Chief Social Development Officer and the staff and residents of the home, I thank Mr. Esser for his continued generous support. In keeping with the time of the year, the end-of-year shopping cart included decor to bring festive cheer into the home for holidays. Managing Director of Drake's Trader, Mr. Christian Esser, spoke to the continued relationship between the two entities. He said, and I quote, "The ADINA Donovan home is such an important facility and community service for the BVI, and it is one of the organizations that we are happy to be able to support with that, and we do business. We wish the residents and staff all the best and a very Merry Christmas. This donation is just one of the many that Drake's Traders Limited has done for the season." As recently as last week, the local hardware store donated some $10,000 to the Family Support Network. Private sector entities or individuals looking to support the work of the ADINA Donovan home may contact Mrs. Turnbull Smith by email at ritsturnbullsmith@gov.vg or by calling 468-2345. Again, that number is 468-2345. Former professional footballer James Baird is the new head of women's football in the British Virgin Islands. The BVI Football Association made the announcement stating that Baird is also an experienced coach at the national levels around the Caribbean and Europe, and he will also serve as the head of coaches, which would include the women's national team. The Football Association said Baird will be hitting the ground running as he looks to reestablish all the programs, get females of all ages back playing football, and reignite the competitive edge among women football. He said, and I quote, "I want to create a buzz and get us back functional with increased participation. We are all starting with a clean slate, and it's all about looking after the players and giving them opportunities to play." He also added, and I quote, "I have spent a few weeks on the island and have already been impressed with what I have seen. Longer-term goals to be competitive are achievable with a good mix of new, younger players and experienced players who have a lot to give still." Noting that there is a lot of money to be put into women's programs from funding sources such as CONCACAF and FIFA, Baird said he is confident that with his contacts he can make an immediate impact and revitalize the game of football for women in the BVI. Saying, and I quote, "It's an exciting project. I'm ready to get stuck in it, get my hands dirty, and work with some of the great coaches on island." It all starts Wednesday, December 20th, with a chance for all of the girls to come out and showcase their talents at a football trial event between 6:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. on the football field at East End Longlook. Baird said while seniors under 15 and under 12 may be the short-term focus, no stone will be unturned as he goes about his remit. He said, yes, that may be the starting point, those age groups, but we will also look at a beach soccer and other age groups. Baird, originally from Scotland, has worked as a coach across 3 continents and has been a coach with both the West Indies Football Association and Trinidad and Tobago Football Association. He played as a goalkeeper for several Scottish clubs, including Alloa Athletic and Forso clubs, and while in the Caribbean for Trinidad and Tobago Professional Football League club Tobago United. Viewers, up next we have more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, son.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power? Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top up or what?
Happy holidays to all from us here at 284 Media. As 2023 wraps up, we want to take this opportunity to thank you, our loyal viewers, for your support over the year.
You rely on us to deliver the news daily. We don't take that responsibility lightly and strive to bring context, analysis, and integrity to our reporting.
And we couldn't do it without you. Tuning in nightly. Your viewership and feedback and comments help us improve and stay focused on what really matters.
We wish you happy holidays with time spent with loved ones and a joyous 2024 as the year approaches.
As we gear up for the new year, trust 284 Media to keep you informed.
We'll keep working hard for your viewership and provide trustworthy journalism and content that you can enjoy. Thank you for welcoming us into your homes. See you in 2024.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctbvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
And welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with us. As his time in office draws to a close, Governor RANKIN, CMG, delivered heartfelt final Christmas remarks to the people of the Virgin Islands last week. Looking back on the 2023, he celebrated many of the territory's achievements.
Christmas is a special time of year. It's a time where friends and family get together to create memories and enjoy festivities. Importantly, it is a time to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ with prayer and reflection. 2023 has been a busy year with several reasons to celebrate. In April, we saw another free and fair democratic election in the Virgin Islands, and I swore in a new government. And in May, it was my privilege to attend the coronation of His Majesty the King with the Premier. People here also marked the occasion with their own celebrations and gave their time to take part in the coronation's Big Help Out, with volunteering projects organised in Virgin Gorda, Norman Island, Cooper Island and Tortola.
In the world of sports, he acknowledged locals who shined on the international stage.
This year has also seen sporting triumph, with Karen McMaster making history with BVI's first silver medal in the 400-metre hurdles at the World Athletics, Demoy Hodge being signed for the LA Lakers, Luca Chilwell becoming the territory's first professional footballer, and Adedja Hodge's continued success on track. These are just a few examples.
Additionally, the governor gave thanks for successfully navigating this year's hurricane season. Governor RANKIN also noted that despite those positives, the territory is, of course, still having some challenging moments and has had a challenging year.
For some I know, it has been a challenging year. Those who have lost loved ones, suffered ill health or other hardship. My prayers are with all those who are suffering in these Virgin Islands and across the world.
As his last Christmas in office approaches, the governor reflected fondly on coming to the call in the Virgin Islands and calling it his home. He expressed deep appreciation for the tight-knit yet diverse community that welcomed him over the past several years. He says his goodbyes to the Virgin Islands with an overwhelming sense of gratitude.
In this, my last Christmas as governor, I've been taking time to reflect on my time here. These islands have been my home for these past 3 years, and I have such an appreciation for the natural beauty here and also for the humanity of people throughout our diverse community. I want to pay tribute to all those kind people who so generously give donations, or that most precious commodity of all, their time, to support those around them in greatest need. I'm glad the Government House has been able to support through hosting fundraisers for charities, including the Red Cross, Visor, Rotary, the Diabetes Association and the Lions. Thank you to all those who contributed to those events.
He also shared some of the activities he is looking forward to in his final time of Christmas in the Virgin Islands.
I look forward to hosting the traditional Children's Christmas Party at Government House for the Eslin Henley Richer Learning Centre, the Rainbow Children's Home, the Autism Centre and the adults of the Social Development's BVI services. I would also like to again recognise public service, including our teachers, healthcare workers and police officers who have continued to work tirelessly to serve this territory. Whatever our background, let us use this period to renew our commitment to tolerance and respect for differences and demonstrate kindness and compassion to ourselves and each other.
In a groundbreaking move, the Vatican has issued new guidance allowing Roman Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples. The ruling approach by Pope Francis marks a dramatic shift in the Church's approach to the LGBTQ Catholics. The new rule states that priests can bless same-sex couples as long as the blessings are not part of official church rituals or any other church activities. Priests are instructed to decide on a case-by-case basis whether to perform such blessings. The guidance makes clear that this does not change traditional Catholic doctrine that marriage is between a man and a woman. However, Vatican officials acknowledge this represents a real development in making the church more welcoming to LGBT community members. The ruling follows intensifying pressure both within and outside the church in recent years to adopt a more inclusive posture towards homosexuality. German priests in particular have been blessing same-sex couples despite opposition from the Vatican. The declaration illustrates Pope Francis' pastoral approach to complex modern issues through the church and facing, of course, the tough questions. Though not changing moral tenets, he says he is attempting to balance doctrine with compassion in guiding a global congregation. This delicate compromise may dissatisfy both conservative and liberal wings of Catholicism. In the early hours of Monday morning, tragedy struck a vessel sailing through the St. Lucia Channel between Martinique and St. Lucia in the Eastern Caribbean. According to reports from the local media, in Martinique, the fishing boat capsized around 2 a.m. with 4 passengers aboard, prompting a desperate race for survival unfolded in the open water. Unfortunately, the crew of the passing express Des Levis ferry spotted the capsized fishing boat and initiated urgent rescue efforts. They were able to pull some 3 survivors from the water and bring them safely on board. After immediate medical care from vacationing German doctors on board the ferry, the rescued passengers were evacuated by ambulance upon arrival to Fort de France, Martinique. The survivors, 3 men aged 18 to 35, were transferred to critical treatment at the University Hospital. We have footage from the local press in Martinique who captured the aftermath of the incident. Now, the 4th passenger remains missing. The Regional Center for Surveillance and Rescue has called emergency vessels to wide search area, hoping to find the lost victim alive. Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com, and of course, like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. Do have a safe and enjoyable evening. A happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. Goodbye.